Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the newest episode of Music Theory Mondays. Thank you for joining me yet again. Today we're going to be talking about the Bon Jovi song, Living on a Prayer. All right? Now, the reason I'm choosing this song is because it has a very cool modulation to it. So this is a modulation episode, all right? Now, Living on a Prayer starts off in the key of E minor. All right, we have an E minor, which is a 1 chord. We have a C chord, which is the 6 chord in E minor. And we have a D chord, which is the 7 chord in E minor. All right, pretty basic stuff. You know, it's a rock song, minor key, 1, 6, 7, right? It's going to repeat that quite a bit. I'm just scrolling through. We're doing this live, guys. We're going in unprepared as always. We're sticking with that 1, 6, 7. We do throw in a G chord on page 4, and of course that G chord is the major 3 chord. There's also a D7 sus. You know, you're just basically making that 7 chord a little bit more tense. All right, we're just going to get to the money part, okay? So the reason I chose this song is because toward the end of the song, 6 pages in, there is a beautiful freaking modulation. This is one of my favorite modulations that I've ever seen and heard. And so we are in the key of E minor to start, okay, as I already said. We are going to modulate by way of the 5 chord, which is D in the case of the modulation. We are going to the key of G minor. So as you probably know, the D chord is the 5 chord of G or G minor. It's both, doesn't matter. So it's a 5-to-1 modulation into the new key of G minor. Now here's why this is so cool. The key of G minor is the parallel minor scale of the relative major of E minor. All right? Now, if you're confused, let's talk about it. I'm going to say it in a slightly different way. Let's reverse engineer what I just said. All right, so we're in the key of E minor to start. Now, E minor has 1 sharp, it's an F sharp. E minor and G major are relative, which means that they have the same exact notes. The only difference is E minor starts on E and G major starts on G. But the ingredients of both are the same. It's just the starting point that dictates the style or the flavor of the scale, right? The reason this is so cool is because they are modulating to the parallel minor of G. They're not just going from E minor to G major, because they could kind of intermingle those without a key change, because they are the same key signature, but they're actually taking it a step further, and they're pushing it from G major to G minor, all right, which is a completely different key signature. We now have 2 flats. We have an E flat and a B flat, all right? Now, if you listen to the song, you're going to notice that it sounds flawless. It sounds great. And the reason it sounds great is because E minor and G major are relative, and G major and G minor are parallel. All right, so we are modulating to the parallel minor of the relative major. All right, I hope that made sense. Look for these types of things with modulations. Oftentimes, you'll modulate up a full step, right, and that's the connection. But this one kind of takes a little twist and a turn, makes it more interesting. Love stuff like this. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, smash that frickin' bell, and leave a comment. All right? We'll see you next time.